Hi, it's iWebFox, and welcome to Fit to Read. Let's get things started, shall we? From IDW, I present Godzilla Cataclysm, Issue 1. This is a story that I found that, as many interviewers have been stating, and also reviewers when this comic came out, that it's sort of a story that hasn't been touched on. A post-apocalyptic kaiju world, where Godzilla and all the other monsters fought so hard and Earth's military attacked back as much as possible that, well, the world's pretty much just flattened and ruined. And then just like that, the monsters disappear, and so now it takes place 20 years later with people living in tribes, scavenging wherever they can just to make life a little easier, and always having the fear that one day the monsters could return, which is pretty much the premise of this issue and the rest of the story. The artwork is very beautiful and goes to a nice dark range of colors, nothing too bright so far, unlike other Godzilla comics. It's sort of the, the Godzilla Half-Century War type, where the whole arc is beautifully done, but it has a sort of a shade of color just covering everything. I mean, sure, it looks great. I'm just saying that, I'm just letting you know that that's what looks like it's going to happen. So as you can tell by the cover, Godzilla does return. Spoilers, whatever. But I will not spoil what else pops up in this issue. But I must say that it is very interesting, and I can't wait to keep reading this. I must say there's very little wrong these Godzilla comics can do. Yeah, very little. There is some wrong that they have done, but just little. And so we are moving on to next to Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 263. I got the child cover, isn't it cute? Taking place right where the last issue left off. Sonic and Rotor are drowning. Dark Gaia forces are attacking en masse. And apparently there's no sign of any relief from the temple spirits. But that quickly changes. As you read the story, you'll see that, hey, it's going to be a happy ending after all. And the extra story in the back is sort of a continuation of the last extra story that was in the past few issues, where, sure, the story ended in the last issue, but this is sort of an epilogue, introducing two new egg bosses, Clove and Cassia. Like the past issues, the artwork in here is very beautiful. We get to learn more about the underwater city, Dark Gaia forces, the temple spirits, how the world is being affected, sort of in a way, by everything. And also the extra side story gives a better look at what's going on with the Eggman Empire, how big it is, and how much stronger it is than in past continuities or issues or whatever. So it's quite interesting and something that is really world building, and also is continuing and ending on some story arcs from the just recent last few issues. So definitely a definite pickup for any Sonic fan, especially just for that side story in the back where it goes over the Eggman Empire. And last week we're going to go over the latest issue of The Walking Dead, which I don't have it here at the moment. So, preview image. Taking place right after the last issue. Rick and Carl finally make it to the hilltop. Yay! I think that'd be a lot faster if they supposedly had such safe ways to get there now. And meanwhile, the new visitors inside of the Haven say hi to the big bad from the war story arc. And thank God, these guys are not as dumb as they would almost appear to be. I sort of predicted that this was going to happen. And thank goodness I'm right. But what I didn't predict is sort of the little shocker ending involving a herd of walkers, which I kind of see what they're going to do, but the way that they imply it's just like, yeah, they're trying to make it seem more scary than it should be. Walking Dead is still going on a slow pace right now, as it is slowly moving from its peaceful stage, which thankfully it totally skipped over, so who knows. I don't think they still haven't mentioned how many months or maybe years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been years. At least a year. Trust me on this. At least a year since where they left off at the end of the war. So, I mean, it would have been nice if we saw a little bit of how things evolved and stuff. So we're just getting a lot of secondhand and quick glimpses of how things went as peaceful. But we're about to see as things are going to get very tense and it's going to snap and break again. So, don't know if it's going to be another war, but something tells me it's going to be like the end of the prison. So those are the comics I picked up the day before Gen Con. So yes, this is a bit late because of yada yada and so-so. So tomorrow's going to be a new set of comics. Until then, I'm WebFox. Thank you for watching. Keep reading.